Now, selecting the right hygiene and spray application equipment has a direct impact on whether a business can meet regulatory expectations and maintain consistent hygiene standards. Many organizations focus on the chemicals used, training, or documentation, but overlook the fact that their delivery equipment can either support or quietly undermine compliance. When tools used for cleaning and sanitizing work with operators rather than against them, they help maintain safer environments and give more reliable outcomes. A well-chosen system does more than improve hygiene results. It also affects how regulators will view your processes, how staff interact with cleaning tasks, and how clearly you can demonstrate that you're applying chemicals safely and consistently. Equipment choice is therefore not just an operational decision, it's a compliance decision. So let's look at the power of being seen to do the right thing. Regulators assess both evidence and behaviour. They want to see not only that surfaces are safe, but that your approach looks controlled and credible, i.e. it will be working when they're not there. There's a psychological element to this. High quality foamers, foggers, mixing stations and spray systems provide visible reassurance that cleaning is organised, deliberate and measurable. For example, thick clinging foams show where chemicals have been applied, giving a visual reassurance of compliance. Uniform spray patterns give confidence that surfaces have been covered, and consistent outputs also make it easier to prove the cleaning has taken place and has reached all the required areas. When a business uses equipment that looks robust, professional and fit for purpose, it supports the perception of good hygiene practice. Obviously this does not replace real cleaning performance, but it completes the picture. If both staff and hygiene auditors can see the quality in the equipment, it gives reassurance. This perception means that staff will take their responsibility more seriously and that auditors will naturally feel more reassured. This psychological aspect actually matters. So good equipment will also support operator compliance through ease of use. Even the best chemical or the most detailed hygiene procedure will fail if operators find the equipment difficult to use. Compliance relies heavily on human behaviour. The simpler the tools are to use and the more consistent the outcome will be. Equipment that is intuitive, light to handle and preset to correct dilutions removes the opportunity for error. Simplifying operations encourages better habits. Tasks feel less burdensome, which makes staff more likely to complete them properly and at the right frequency. When operators trust the equipment and find it comfortable to work with, there is less temptation to cut corners and more chance that your processes will be followed as intended. Similarly, most cleaning operators will be under time pressure to get the job done. Removing that time pressure by having good equipment that does the job faster ensures total compliance with procedure. So another thing that high quality equipment does is ensures the even distribution of liquids. Regulatory standards expect surfaces to be fully cleaned and sanitized, which means consistent and repeatable coverage of sanitizing chemicals. Poor distribution can leave untreated patches, which lead to contamination risk and potential non-compliance. Equipment that produces predictable spray or foam patterns helps ensure that all areas receive the correct amount of product. This is especially important in washdown environments where surfaces vary in shape, size and accessibility. Systems that can project cleaning agents into the corners, across conveyors or into vertical surfaces help reduce the likelihood of missed spots to make the overall hygiene more dependable. Another thing that good quality equipment does is it gives accurate, repeatable mixing. Now, incorrect dilution is one of the most common causes of hygiene failure. Too weak and the product is ineffective, too strong and it becomes unsafe for staff and potentially harmful to surfaces and equipment. Choosing application equipment with built-in proportioning or Venturi-based dilution removes the burden from operators and helps guarantee that every clean uses the right concentration. Accurate mixing also helps with record keeping because you can demonstrate that the chemical was consistently applied to the approved strength. This supports both compliance and cost control, since overdosing wastes product and underdosing puts food safety and hygiene and integrity at risk. So good equipment will also improve operator safety. Safe working conditions are a core regulatory requirement. Equipment that reduces operator exposure to concentrated chemicals supports both compliance and well-being. Systems that draw chemicals directly from sealed containers to prevent unnecessary handling. Concentrate are very useful, while long spray reach or foam devices help maintain distance from difficult or hazardous areas. Other safety benefits of good equipment include reduced manual effort, predictable triggers or controls, and minimizing the need for operators to climb, reach, or lift. When equipment is chosen with safety in mind, businesses lower risk, improve training outcomes, and provide a more controlled working environment. So some conclusions. Investing in high quality chemical mixing and distribution equipment is money well spent. It is almost always the case that the ongoing cost of the chemicals and water used through such systems dwarfs the cost of the equipment itself. As such, cheaper but inferior equipment will almost certainly cost more in the long run by wasting chemical or providing inadequate sanitation. Good equipment that is quick and easy to use will also mitigate against operator non-compliance. Time pressures and poorly performing pieces of equipment that is a hassle to use can often cause operators to cut corners, resulting in non-compliance. Good quality equipment will take that hassle out of the sanitizing process and so improve adherence to the correct protocol. Finally, there is the often underestimated psychological element of compliance. Being seen to do the right thing is often half the battle. The application and mixing equipment are what the inspectors will see. It is a visible indicator of the commitment to high hygiene standards. If the equipment looks a bit shabby or is not high quality build, then it sends a powerful message that perhaps things need to be looked into a little more carefully. If, on the other hand, the washdown equipment looks good, seems to function well, then it provides a positive proof of commitment to taking hygiene seriously. This little bit of psychology applies to both the hygiene inspectors and the hygiene operators themselves. If the kit looks serious, then operators will tend to respect the process more and inspectors will respect the intent.